My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. One random. Ooh, Baron Grail. I had you a couple of runs ago, but it's good to see you again. I certainly haven't played you anywhere near as much as I would like to. 5 copies of Erratic Assist in the base deck, 5 copies of Moon Ritual, courtesy of the Lunar Covenant's Ardun. We also start with 2 copies of Forevermore Serum, 1 Ember to consume, apply Reanimate 1 to a unit, 2 copies of Gravity to deal 5 damage on New Moon, descends the unit, on Full Moon ascends the unit, and then an Astrologer, who gains 5 damage on Moon Cycle. We'll be Moon Cycling a lot, of course, with the Moon Rituals. Heart of the Pact, rather. After playing a card from your primary and allied clan, draw an additional card next turn. That's going to be very easy to trigger early on, because all of our starter cards are 0 cost, but hard to trigger after the Erratic Assistants are dead. Because pretty much all of my Lazarus League cards consume. I'd love to know what my champion line is, but like it's much easier to narrow in on what a good champion line is when you've got a artifact that might contribute towards it. Astrologer's Orrery. First time it becomes full moon each turn, gain 1. I do like that a lot. But Jack Strips this early on allows you to be so greedy. Almost all of the enemies die to just Jack Strips. I don't really need the additional energy as much as I... Like, if I had a single expensive card in the deck, maybe. Living Armory, when equipped, so only when equipment is attached to this unit specifically, apply +8 damage to friendly units. I don't know. Merchant of Steel, Lunar Covenant Banner, Merchant of Arms afterwards feels probably appropriate. Learning Limb gets a lot more stats than the Living Armory line. Living Armory would have to find a way to defend. Living Armory is capable of giving damage to units that otherwise don't often get damage given to them. That's its strength. So how would I utilize that strength, though? Lunar Coven, Lazarus. I really wish I could look at 2 clans at the same time. Lunar Coven, and then I'm looking at units. Nightingale would be pretty happy to get that, as just courtesy of having Moonstrike, Multi-Strike on New Moon. There's a lot of one-size units, which that's pretty relevant. The fact that they're all one size means I can put more units on the floor. Moon Guard. Additional damage to Selene Acolyte, but you get that from the Mage Blade. What was my other clan? Lazarus League? Boy. Plague Doctor and Test Subject Alpha are probably the ones that want to see it most. I don't think the permanent scaling from Artificer is almost ever going to be relevant for us, so it's gonna be Living Armory. I've just got to figure out how to use it. Mind Muddler, draw 1 less card each turn. That's fine. Hopefully my Fireheart helps me get along. I want a floor where no, I don't think that's it. I'm gonna want a floor where I can sacrifice Erratic Assistance so that I can get the equipment for Baron Grail. Which probably means I need to set you up high. And also, Baron Grail, you don't have much health, so I need to find a unit to defend you and probably put you much higher as well, for the same reason. The Conduit's not really going to be relevant no matter what floor I put it on. I've been meaning to try this. I'm going to give Reanimate to the Collector, and now I can kill you twice. Sick. I can also deal 8 damage and then ascend you, which would also kill you twice immediately. Can't think of a great reason not to do it that way. Managed to find an additional chump for each floor. Good to see. Guess forevermore serum on the top line makes the most sense. Yeah, with no additional health support, it literally just comes down to how much damage I can get on them. Gravities are currently trying to descend the enemy. Although I suppose I could also use it to descend my own units. Unfortunately, it would kill them as well. So it would descend their corpses. Thankfully, we have just enough damage to get there. Wow. This could have gone pretty bad. I really need to find additional health support. Oh, it's alive! Advance a unit, apply lifesteal 1 and 10 additional damage to it. Pretty good way to do that. I will say, however, Overworked Assistant, Reanimate 1, Incant, gain Unstable 4 in a world where I have 5 free spells in the base deck, as well as additional Reanimate. Certainly makes a bunch of sense. I think I take that Overworked Assistant. We could end up building our entire run around that if the things go okay. Starstruck giving us the ability to daisy unit on full moon. I'm not happy to have 2 calcified embers in the deck at the moment, but the jack strips will take care of a lot of my enemies for a while, so I can afford it. Celestial Storm, 10 damage to all enemy units. I mean, that is also nice, the ability to reach a little more. But Dazed is also defense, and that's just what I was asking for. Lunacover, Merchant of Steel, Lazarus Leak, Merchant of Magic. So, I do have some things Merchant of Magic cares about, like double stacking a Moon Ritual at this point is actually a lot better, courtesy of the Incant, on Overworked Assistant. But realistically, what I need to find is a defensive unit for Baron Grail. Lunacoven isn't full of those, but it does have one-size units, but do I care about those one-size units that much? I could just use the Merchant of Steel to turn pretty much anything into my defensive unit. Overworked Assistant obviously would love to see an early Merchant of Steel, possibility of getting the dualism that it so desperately wants. Quicken plus 10 goes on Astrologer. Tight Knight is also there. Well, there's Spell Sentinel. God, do I do Selena Acolyte? It's been brought up a couple times in the comments section, but isn't it wild I hate that unit? I'm not even going to walk it back for you. I don't like this unit. I'm not telling you it's bad. Modal things that, like, the modal mechanic of the new and full moon, I really, really enjoy. I hate leaving a card in hand that I could play. It's just personal. Don't worry. This is personal. This is not a judgment on you in any way, shape, and form. Other than, I want to play all of my moon rituals. You only matter if you have sweep. I do definitely tend towards a kind of I want all of your value or none of your value kind of style. Which, look, I could and probably should relent on at some point, but at the moment, I came here asking for health. Selene Acolyte would be really good with sweep. Sweep it quick. Yep. Alright. It's your time to shine, Acolyte. Don't you dare disappoint me. Heartstone, Strengthstone, Titanstone. I really do still want to possibly fish for the dualism on Overworked Assistant. Multi-strike on Selene Acolyte would obviously be relevant as well. Large stone, small stone. If I could. Do I smidge stone the Selene Acolyte? Allows me to dupe it and then have two of them on that line at the same time. Granted, that's quite expensive. Giving it conduit would be okay as well. I could, smidge stone a shield steward literally just so I have the ability to defend on the top line. I think the reanimate 100% goes on the overworked. I don't like the influence any of the upgrades have on my lines at the moment. Maybe in the future these will be a lot better, but right now, I don't want that. Can I get away with having only Selene Acolyte and Baron Grail on the top floor? I don't think so. I don't have any one-size units. I can slot a single erratic assistant alongside them as a chump block. This is risky. This is very risky. I want to take a lot of additional gold into the Merchant of Arms so that I can try and get equipment that's really relevant to my board. That's not difficult when you got Selene Acolyte, Baron Grail. It feels like pretty much any equipment's going to be pretty good for us. Also, double MT2 clan combination. There's going to be a lot of good equipment and rooms in general. Start of battle, enemy units burn each floor is completely fine. That's what the jack strips are for. It'll be full moon on turn 1, I believe. Yeah, so my quick is already set up. I'll want to sack 2 erratic assistants. And a spear steward, why not? Okay, you got sweep and quick. Immediately kill all of his enemies. Perfect. Gotta give him scissor hands a couple of times there. Whoa, hang on. At this point, I do need to make sure that I'm buffing an additional assistant on that line. I don't need Selene Acolyte to sweep this turn, but you will. Oh my god, I got the Forevermore Serum again. I didn't even think about that. Yay! More money! I like that. Money's good. Big fan of it. In games. And that will do it for that line. I mean, I guess I'll Starstruck right now and prevent getting an additional Chime of Despair. I mean, Shield Steward does do a huge amount of work here just because the Astrologer has so much power. Guess that'll do. Frustratingly, we're very close to killing Elbor the Wall, and I would love to play out a Calcified Amber right now. Unfortunately, I think I have to play a spell. Yeah, my next hand draw is going to be garbage. So we'll deal 10 damage and not daze you, but then we'll also deal 10 damage. Yeah, that'll do it. Another Forevermore Serum. There's also Pseudoscience, Lifesteal, Spikes, or Reanimate applied to a unit. And finally, Potion Kit, the ability to brew. I mean, realistically, what's the Potion Kit to me? It's plus 8 damage to the entire Baron Grail line and a potion in hand. It doesn't matter what else it does. Because I can just play it and then remove it. Moon Pixie, Conduit 3, enchant, gain Conduit 3, grant Conduit 3 rather. So, especially in a world where I do want to put as many units as I can on that line, Conduit does translate into additional damage on Selene Acolyte. I'll take a Moon Pixie. I'm probably going to have to go capacity for at least one. I'll commit to it, but I feel less confident already. Hall of Mirrors. -2 capacity to a floor, create friendly copies of friendly units on summon. So that would give me a lot more assistance, and those assistants would then translate into a lot more equipment, which would translate into a lot more buffs. And I do want a sacrificial line on the bottom line. So I've got a couple good reasons to go for that. Equalizing Rings will pretty much always be a downgrade in power for me right now. I think I do want Hall of Mirrors. I don't think I have to play it at the very start of the fight, though. Which would also be very difficult, just courtesy of the Selene Acolyte wanting to be played and also costing 2. I think I could roll here and still get a pretty good outcome. Glass Cannon. Selene Acolyte could certainly use Glass Cannon for a while. But I'd really prefer to get you equipment that you actually want to be using. God damn it. There's the Overgrowth Carapace. Unfortunately, I did not get the Mini Stone earlier. I turned it down. I will say, Bloodthirsty Blade and the ability to put that on Selene Acolyte, that's pretty big. I don't have 2 equipment cards to combine into 1 right now, right? No, I do. Potion. I'm not going to do it, but I could. Enchanted Chamber. Nope. All right, we're good. Overgrowth Carapace could be okay in the future. I mean, I could even play it on Baron Grail, giving Baron Grail 1 size, as well as 20 additional health, which is really relevant on that floor, and then replace it the round after? No, but I don't want to take up additional capacity on that floor. I want to use something like Moon Pixie. Ideally, I would have gotten something that straight up just gave health to a unit. Speaking of health to a unit, unfortunately this can't target Baron Grail, but it will make a unit healthier. Ooh. Oh, that's fun. I will do that, actually. Do I risk it? No. No, I think I just immediately take flight and give it to Selene Acolyte. So this gives me the ability to place Selene Acolyte on a different floor and then just fly them into the relevant floor. Which, like, if I had enough Ember, means I could play Hall of Mirrors and then Selene Acolyte after it, and then fly both the Selene Acolytes up to hide behind Baron Grail. That said, I miss out on getting multi-strike or anything like that, but I think this is big. I could also do this with pretty much any other unit if I wanted to put, like, Moon Pixie on a different floor or something like that. This saves 2 capacity, though. It gives me the ability to play a Shield Steward in the front line, Baron Grail behind it, and then just fly a Selene Acolyte down. Is that good enough? I'm gonna risk it. Arcus's Wing! We've now got 5 more health and 3 more damage from it. If I went for rarer wings, it would basically just be the ability to attack as soon as I move to the new floor, which would be nice, but I don't think it's essential. I could also give Arcus's Wing to a different unit just so I can fly it in to defend. I feel better about that. I want to maintain that additional upgrade slot pretty badly. It'll be really useful. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I do want to do all of my combat on the second floor, and I'm going to need the additional attacks. So, go up, Steward. I will be losing this bottom floor. That's fine. Hall of Mirrors. Double Erratic Assistant. Double Chump Blocker. The Savage Spearman and the Ominous Acolyte will both die as they reach up to the next floor, so it gives me a lot more health on this floor because I have far fewer enemies to compete with. Erratic Assistant. I mean, I'd love to be able to move Moon Pixies down to the bottom line, but I'll do that. I don't think I play this erratic assistant. I do want it to be able to play on the bottom line. I think Forevermore Serum's going to have to go on the Shield Steward, frankly. The Bloodthirsty Blade is here! Sadly, we attack at a quick speed, so that doesn't really help us right now. Nice additional assistance for the bottom line, though. This line's got trouble, boss. A ride is about to break down. I mean, sapping the boss does take a lot of damage off the field right now. Actually, also, I could descend the boss, which is probably the way better choice here. Which means I probably should have gone for Rage. I'm not making a new decision. I had the cards in hand to descend in the whole time. Yeah, if I Moon Ritual this low, we'll kill the frontliner immediately. Descend you off of that floor. Goliath Infusion. I'm actually going to descend this unit as well. Yeah. Because next turn, if I play the appropriate amount of Moon Rituals, which is to say 0 or... Damn it. Which is to say 0 or 2. Unfortunately, I have exactly 1 in my hand. It'd be very useful here. I'm going to take an opportunity to ascend you off of this floor. I'm trying to start slaying for the Bloodthirsty Blade. Doesn't matter how many I play this turn, thankfully. Think I'll take advantage taking a single hit to play a Calcified Ember. Oh my god. Literally, the Moon Ritual got us over the line. So now I don't even have to hit the Starstruck. I can just Calcified Ember. Perfect. Oh, we are just scraping by in each of these, but we are getting more powerful while doing so, and that's the important part. Hello, Lunar Cycle stuff. On Moon Cycle, this equipment gains +1 damage permanently. I do like that. Moon Ritual, though, sorry, Ritual Tome, rather, is a lot more survivability, and that's kind of what I need. Silver Ink applies attuned and +3 magic power to spells in your hand, which I don't really have enough spells to really justify that much. Ritual Tome. When's my next banner? Do I have another banner? I have Lazarus League on the left-hand side here next to Merchant of Magic. I think I gotta take a Ritual Tome, unfortunately. Is Lunar Cycle Staff really enough? No, survivability is my problem this whole time. I've got additional damage. Oh, okay. Well, this is going to change everything because both of these are one-size units and they also cost 2. Scrivener. Cooldown 2, draw a spell and apply -1 to its cost. Wild. Plague Doctor. On strike, apply unstable equal to the damage dealt. Also ridiculous. In a world where it can get its damage bumped by Baron Grail. The thing is, this is additional sweep damage, and so is the Selene Acolyte. I don't think I need both. I like Scrivener a lot, but I also don't feel like I super need it. I do have an empty floor that could just hold a Scrivener, and then I'm just drawing additional cards. Like, it's energy efficient 2 turns after I play it. Having also come with some draw. I'd love to say additional capacity and then work around that here, but I don't think I can do that. I think energy is a problem that's going to get away from me if I don't start finding solutions. And I think solution number 1, take that Hell's Flame. Maybe Selene Acolyte needs to be or doesn't need to be alongside that many other units to get buffed with Baron Grail. Mentioned trinkets. I don't have huge money, but I would note the Pyre Remains would allow me to use the Savagery event differently, which could be relevant. But Lazarus League, I think going over there and looking for a possible helpful defensive unit that I can start including into my builds sounds really relevant to me. Living Armory is now 16 damage to friendly units. Holdover and double stack, you say? Double stack Ritual Tome, almost certainly. And Plague Doctor. The Selene Acolyte attacks it quick, which means that likely it attacks faster than the Plague Doctor can utilize. No, if I end up going additional capacity, it's so that I can get a Moon Pixie on the same floor or something like that. Makeshift Golem would just be a defensive unit for one of the lines, which realistically, right now, a defensive unit to help the top line hold up. It's pretty much exactly what I need. Holdover's not great on any of these. Double stack Ritual Tome. Possibility of Consume removing that would be incredible. You just straight up 0 cost Starstruck, no reason not to. Plus 10 damage to a gravity. That doesn't really change anything. I think I want to take the roll. -1 cost an intrinsic for the Ritual Tome that has... Yeah, that's exactly what we do. -2 cost consume, no. Plus 20 magic with how consume, no. Merchant of Magic Empyrean Well. I will say, Empyrean Well for a second copy of Ritual Tome with the Consume Double Stack Intrinsic, that makes basically anyone a really ridiculously good tank. Non-boss enemies gain multi-strike. Thankfully, I don't intend on letting them attack. We've got a weird one here, though, because the corrupt units are going to come up to this unit, this floor, and then die to the jackstrip, so they'll give corruption to the frontline unit on the second floor. I don't want them to do that. I suppose I can set up on the top floor instead, and then just chump for the bottom two lines. Not thrilled about it, but I can do it, and I will. Baron Grail, you lead that line. Scrivener, you go down. Celine Acolyte, you are at the very back because you attack quickly. Astrologer can't stand up by itself. Makeshift Golem and Shield Steward. I'll fly the Shield Steward up on the first turn. Draw a spell and reduces. I'm gonna draw a spell. Ritual Tome for Fall Titan Skin. Throw away the Calcified Ember. All's well that ends well on that top floor. Yeah, they all die. They extinguish on that floor. Ooh, nice. Even the Malevolent Hunters are gonna die before they get to the top. Let's pop out a Calcified Ember. Spear Steward. I'm probably just gonna throw all of. All of the units out of his hands. I need the damage right now. I can't just wait until I have Hall of Mirrors in the future. Though Hall of Mirrors is going to be... It's deployable right now, basically. 2 cost, Baron Grail, and then Hall of Minions on the bottom line to start doubling up the erratic assistance. Sounds good to me. Hey, get him, Scrivener. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't have the reanimates at the moment for the collector. Ooh. That'll do it. Hall of Mirrors. Double assistance. A little bit more rage because we can. Thankfully, due to the additional scissor hands here, the Celine Acolyte is going to confirm the kill. Oh, there's the reanimate right when I don't need it anymore. Yeah, I guess Forevermore Serum on our frontest liner. Yeah, nothing really needs to change right now. We've got the damage and the defense I was looking for. Scrivener drawing all these 0 costs. I mean, at least it is drawing a card every other turn. Like, I can't be too mad about it. And yet, here I am, grumpy. Yeah, I think that'll work. No, the Shield Steward got the kill. My bloodthirsty blade. Oh, hello. Double-edged bearer. 1 ember, 1 size. It is a graft assistant with double-edged arms, giving multi-strike 1. Multi-strike is incredible, but I mean, it's pretty good on any of the units on the top line, courtesy of Baron Grail giving all of them damage. Faulty Body. I've used this card a couple of times before, but unfortunately it appears that I've only ever done it in the Dimensional Portal, so it didn't count. And Risky Operation reduces a unit to 1 health, apply 10 damage and lifesteal 2. I mean, it's double-edged bearer. Especially because I can get 2 copies of the multi-strike and just throw them on the top line. It's so much. Compelling. Moonlit Glaive is some additional damage to the top line, but realistically, I don't need Maidblade to give me the damage to the top line. I need the density of our other equipment that is very castable. I think more health solutions for the top line. I'm not going to be mad to have a 3rd Ritual of Tome. -1 cost intrinsic on another Ritual Tome. I will make it intrinsic. I don't know if Spell Chain's correct for it, though. It's like bad double stack right now. Whereas, like, that could get Consume removed. That'd be great. It could get double stack, obviously, which would be pretty good too. I'm also going to dupe this one. I've already got Titan Skin 10 for a unit. How much more Titan Skin does a unit really need? I think the answer is none. None more. Well, the Consume removal did turn up. But so did double stack. Oh, units get an extra upgrade slot. The turn after deployment phase you draw until you have 10 cards. That's usually really good. I'm already drawing 5 cards a turn, and in the turn after the deployment phase, I will also additionally draw Ritual Tome, and a 3rd Ritual Tome, taking us up to 8. So this draws us 2 additional cards. Firestone Housing. Those tomes are great. Over the moon with them. Draw 1 less card each turn. Whatever. Oh, when the Undying Wretches leave that floor, they'll die, and the Ritual Tomes will keep me safe. I'm fine. Oh, but this is actually fun. I'm going to play Overworked Assistant on the bottom line. Then I'm going to hit Ritual Tome on my guy 3 times. Perfect. The Overworked Assistant is ready to explode. Send you up to the next floor. Scrivener to draw a card. And then my job is to chump block as much damage as possible so that the reanimate goes off. Or rather, so that the unstable goes off rather than being forced to die from the enemies. Bloodthirsty. That damage will get him. They're doing 11 damage twice, but I take 0. Sorry, bud. I don't take damage. That's not a thing I allow. Nice. Forevermore ritual on the collector. I'll kill you with gravity and ascend you, which will do another kill on you. Yay! Oh, it works so well. Moon ritual finally gives us an ability. Regen? Not relevant at all. I do want to play both those moon rituals. It's probably not worth doing on that floor, though. Nothing to see here. No need to do much. Wait a second. That's a sleigh that I'm denying my blade. No mind, I didn't have sweep that turn. Oops. Ooh. Love drawing out another gravity. Got sweep this turn, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to discard cards. But I drew them. And I have to discard them now? How's that fair? Wait a second. Taking my own unit on the bottom line. Double-edged bearer. Woo! I'm going to get two... I'm going to get 4 arms. The next floor. All right, let's give multi-strike to the only 2 units that don't have equipment right now. Draw another card out of the deck. Full Moon Ascend. Let's ascend you off the floor so I don't have to deal with you. Get him. Yeah, this does incredibly well. Getting the mirrors out earlier is going to be huge for us as well. Reanimation Lab, friendly units gain 7/7 on summon and reanimate. Not really a thing I want or care about or do. Combustion Suit. On strike, apply unstable 5 to enemy units. I will say, strapping that and the Bloodthirsty Blade together does seem pretty cool. Horrify's also there, and Horrify's pretty good. Additional days in a world where the enemy is intending to apply Corruption. Because Corruption will outpace my Titan skin very quickly. Combustion Shield is just... It's just great stats. Like, a one Ember equipment with 10/10 on it. Huge. Also, on strike, apply 5 unstable to each enemy unit. If I'm reading this correctly, with sweep, this strikes each unit on the floor. Like, this doesn't say strike, apply unstable 5. It says strike, apply unstable 5 to enemy units, which means every enemy unit I strike applies unstable 5 to the entire floor. It's so good. That's a lot of AoE damage then is coming out of that as well. But, like, we already have a lot of AoE damage. How much do I need more AoE damage? I think this makes me better at what I'm already good at. I think Horrify helps shore up my weaknesses. New moon effects are always active, and silent units gain plus 15 damage on Resolve. Selene unit, Selene unit, Selene unit. They're all Selenes. And also, the new moon is active, not the full moon, so it's all bad for me, unfortunately. Cover of Night, consume, face new moon, and then apply 5 and stealth 1 to friendly units. Not bad. I like having some of that. Damn, I think I don't actually want any of these. I don't think I'm running a second conduit floor or something like that. Cover of Night for the ability to apply stealth to friendly units is fine, but when I'm sweeping quickly, I basically have stealth. And I'm not sweeping quickly when I'm in New Moon. I want to be in Full Moon, please. Merchant of Arms, Empyrean Well. Woof. The woof there is that, like, I really would benefit from just going in that direction. Right now, unfortunately, Hall of Mirrors in the opening hand isn't viable. I forgot about the fact that I do need to summon the Shield Steward and then move that to another floor. I gotta look at these trinkets. Thank you! Oh my god, thank you! Artificial Firestone, 3 additional deployment ember. All of our problems are solved. Also, Dante's Footstool is going to draw the room into our opening hand to double solve all of our problems forever. I can just now summon additional units in the first turn, which is going to be great. Catalyzing Agent, end of turn, unstable increases by 5. I did not go for the thing. I didn't go for the thing that would make that powerful. Boiler Room. I do like energy. I don't think I need all of the energy that Boiler Room offers us. And I also don't want a second room to contest Dante's Footstool. Triggers and abilities. I'm pretty sure it doesn't remove Titan skin that is innately on the unit. If it does, I'm going to be mad about it. Are you ready to be picked for the last time ever, Stoic Plate Mail? Then disappoint me. Oh my god. Yeah, I just realized, by the way. Just in case you were wondering, does Raps realize they're going to get 2 Shield Stewards because of the way they're doing this? They do now. I finally figured it out. With a pencil and a pen, I figured it out. That's gonna fly up next turn. It's gonna be so good. Well, hang on. Forgot about the fact that we're gonna have to deal with cherubs here. Yeah, I 1000% cannot let the bottom line actually be the non-combat line there. Which is fine. We're actually quite flexible on where we do our combat. Scriven's also spell. It's gravity, the ability to ascend you. We are in full moon, so I don't want to cycle. Get some stewards down here. Then I'm going to give you the Blade Mail. Actually, I need to test some stuff. I'm going to give you Ritual Tome, then I'm going to give you the Blade Mail. You keep your Titan Skin. That's huge. I was also going to test the other order if that wasn't the case. Oh, that'll do it. Gravity my own unit to get the Scissor Hands first. There we go. 16 additional damage to the entire line. Selene Acolyte's not killing the Cherub yet, but that's fine. Gotta keep the sweep, so I can't play the Moon Ritual. Oh, wow. Double-edged barrel, 100%. Chump block with an erratic. I want to horrify the Fallen Executioner at the back line. Because otherwise the Chosen Sniper is ascending with the damage and spell shields. Okay, with the Fallen Executioner ascending though. Not especially, but there's not that much I can do about it. But it does significantly less damage. Alright, you go back. Oh my god, I've probably forgotten a bunch of Scrivener triggers. Oops. As much as I would love to be dazing the cherubs, someone's got to start killing my assistants. I do have sweep, so again, I can't play the Moon Ritual. Ugh, this is killing me inside. Potion kit. Sure, I'll gain some sap. Multi-strike for another shield steward. I can end up putting a room down here, steward's quarters. Make it deployable so that I get it in the opening hand. Don't have to worry about accidentally reducing the cost of the 0 cost. Oh my god. We're perfectly off cycle with the Selene Acolyte. Again, I have to leave a Moon Ritual in hand. Yeah, unfortunately, the Fallen Executioner is going to go to the top. Knew that was going to happen. Is that going to happen? How about no? Both of my units don't have to be able to fly. One of them can fly, the other one can have the shield. That's actually really good. I like it a lot now. In 2 turns' time, you can fly back down. Hey, I've got the right amount of rituals here. Do I want to send or descend someone? No, I probably just pop one of my own units for that. Welcome back, Damage Boy. Another Titan Skin 4 helps shore up the field a lot better. Let's kill an assistant to summon more assistants, and then kill those assistants. More hands. Use those hands to give plus 16 to the entire field 4 times in a row. What we're seeing in this run is a core principle I hold in very, very many games, which is there's only so many times you can double something before it's busted. Double Shield Steward, and both of them get double buffs from the Baron Grail, and then they both get double strike, because I have a unit that gives double strike, but I put it on the floor that summons double of them, so now I'm getting quadruple strike on all of the, like, it balls out of control pretty quickly. And here we are, balling out of control. Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Selene Acolyte's immediately going to punish all of them for having the goal to have existed. Kill him. If I can find a way to support units' health, so especially giving them armor on equipment, would be huge. I didn't go over the additional unstable. I don't think it would have been good for me. Brain transfer. Transfer damage and all buff and debuff effects to the front friendly units. I mean, it's a way for me to sacrifice a unit. Realistically. It can give a lot of damage to a unit, for sure. Do I want it? Yeah, I don't see I don't see who would want to actually hold the combustion suit at length. I could strap it to the Bloodthirsty Blade. It's not bad. It's in fact very good. Brain transfer, I still don't really want to kill any of my units, even if they give damage to another unit. Given that I'm using the flight to bypass it, I don't think I need capacity here. Definitely don't need the additional energy. Good opportunity to hit the Merchant of Arms. Merge the Bloodthirsty Blade and Combustion Suit. Possibly look for another room and then make that room deployable so it doesn't interfere. 24 additional damage to friendly units. It hungers with the ability to devour once every turn. Sacrificing Assistant is nice, except for the fact that I'm overstacking Barreled Grail's floor and I don't want to kill any of the units on it. None of those will help me. I won't combine yet, because I will be re-rolling. Ah. Well, I've got good news. I'm not going to have to make a room deployable. Empyrean well next to a Merchant of Steel in the next area bodes quite well. I really don't think I need to put any of these in the opening hand. During deployment phase? No, I can't play it in deployment phase. I have exactly enough Ember to play this in deployment phase. Thank you again, Artificial Pyre Stone. Removing cards from this deck, I mean, Spear Stewards, Shield Stewards, pretty much garbage in this deck right now. I'll take a Merchant of Arms and remove the other Shield Steward as well. Sorry, Merchant of Arms up, Merchant of Arms removal rather is what I meant to say there. Start a battle, enemy units between each floor, that's fine. They're all going to have 12 damage and spell shields. They'll all just die to the Jackstrips. Jackstrips is so good. It's gotten so many of our trials just by itself. So yeah, I'll want to try and kill on the bottom floor. Oh my god. Alright, Shields 2, you go down there. Alright, Shields 2, you go down there. Double-edged bearer. Thank you for the arms. Double erratic assistant. I'm gonna have 4 pieces of equipment to play next turn, and I'm gonna be over the moon about it. Scrivener draws a Starstruck for us. It is currently full moon. I can continue it being full moon. Thankfully, we're attacking with sweep, so I will be killing the Ragewing Assassin before it does anything. They're fine to kill all of those units. Honestly, it's ideal. That's strange. That of our Gladiator is going to be... the only unit I think that gets to the top line, because now I'm about to give out a huge amount of buffs. Scissor hands, scissor hands, scissor hands. One more Erratic Assassin in the deck. I'll leave this one to get duped on that floor as well. Granted, I'm gonna have to be killing them myself. Oh, this is going to be great. Okay. I'm going to use gravity to ascend you to the pyre. Then I'm going to horrify you. I don't know if that's good enough, actually. Oh, no, I'll descend you. I'll descend you. That's the direction to go with this. Oh my god, I can't believe I legitimately thought that I should do the other thing first. Rage. Scriven me a Horrify. Let's New Moon descend you. Then some additional Reanimate for the Collector so I can get more money. Pop Moon Gixie on the top line. $351 damage for the Terrifying Amalgam seems good enough to me. There's that plate mail I was looking for. Yeah, Val Gladiator was always going to be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, that's annoying. Good thing I got a shield so I can just fly up to that floor and let kill. It's so wild. It works so well. This is what you're built for, silly Acolyte. Refinement gives us a gravity for the turn as well. Ability to send a unit, not really relevant. And I'm 3 away from sweep. Perfect, so I can play out all of my Moon Blades. I can just let combat happen on that top line. I don't have to do anything about that. Hell, if I really wanted, and I do, I could spend the rest of my turn killing my own assistants so that I can give plus 24 damage 4 times to the bottom line. I don't like how close I am to losing on turns where if I'm... Well, I only have 11... Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 11. I only have 11 cards in my active play deck, and 5 of them are Moon Rituals, so I'm pretty certain once we get deep enough into the fight that I will have a Moon Ritual when I need one. It's just... There is a theoretical possibility that I could draw a set of cards where I'm kind of screwed. I hope it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. Get him. Replicate array. Remove equipment from a friendly unit and then copy that unit. Unfortunately, Baron Grail only triggers equipped when when units are attached to, when equipment is attached to him. Sadly. That said, I can just give some claws to the Scrivener and then replicate array this Scrivener. No, being able to retreat and daze the right unit is exactly what I need. I mean, it's funny, but I 100% do not need another ritual tome. It's not going to change the outcome of anything right now. Upgrade a unit with Titanite for our frontliner. Shield Seal is pretty good. I would give you Large Stone if I could, I just can't. I'll throw plus 14 damage on a Scrivener. I need to look at the Merchant of Trinkets before I continue just spending all of my money here. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck, resist cost 0. On deployment phase. How many things do I have in my deployment phase right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be my 9th, and that would be my 10th, so I would be drawing a full hand in the opening. That's fine. Fey gain Conduit 1 and plus 5 damage on Moon Cycle. I have exactly 1 Fey unit. It's not relevant. Or non-damage spell from your deck costs -1. I'm fine with that. Equip units gain armor 10. I was just asking about that. When you play 3 different kinds of card a turn, draw 1, gain 1. I do that commonly. I do want that. Do I want it enough to not reroll waiting for what? What am I looking for? I'm looking for Multi-Strike just to go on Selene Acolyte by default. That's pretty good. 75. Does this cost 125? 135, damn it. So I can't reroll and then go for the Ember if I miss the Multi-Strike. It's not good if that's the case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's a world where the dupe unit is the shield steward, so that on a future turn, I can play double shield steward on that other floor. Oh no, because then my banner units, I have too many banner units with that. I do think Starstruck for the double days is also a high possibility. Also gives me the ability to kill my own units, which is something that I've really needed a lot of the time to get just a little bit of additional speed. I'll take it. It's some additional speed and it's some additional defense, and I can't think of two things that I would need more to shore up this run. Lost any health, obviously on the shield steward. I could see a world for Scrivener, actually. Maybe I should have put that Scrivener. Oh well. So our kill floor wants to be the top floor because of the corruption. Hey, Potion Kid, I'm gonna get to buff everyone on turn 1, hell yeah. Get those shield stewards up on the top line. And then I've even got the double-edged bearer already. Oh, and Starstruck. Oh boy. Let's pull down another unit from Scrivener. And Baron Grail. I do really want to daze the boss as much as possible. Every time I daze the boss, I extend my life severely. So I've only played spells so far. So now I'll play double-edged bearer, double-edged bearer on the bottom line, even. And then two erratic assistants behind them. Really annoyingly, I've just realized, given the additional armor they get on summon, I can't kill my own units. That's really bad for us, actually. I'm gonna send your Scourge Giver to remove it. And heck. A little more chump block. Ritual Tome. Ritual Tome. Double the arms of the frontliner. Daze the supplicant, so I don't have to deal with the downside of it. Double daze the boss again. Is there a unit I want to descend right now? If anything, I kind of just want to ascend Seraphiternus so that I'm not wasting the damage that I could be doing on top line. That'll do. Yeah, I get 3 pieces of equipment to play next turn. That's really important. Probably should have laid out the Goliath Fusion, because I get 3 pieces of equipment on Resolve here, and then also I draw 7 next turn, so I just blocked one of my draws. It'll be okay, though. Give him the scissor hands. Does really feel like a couple overworked assistants with some additional reanimate make that bottom line a lot better. There you go. Finally used the Stoic Plate Mail. They said I couldn't do it. They said I didn't know how to read what it said. They said it could never be done. Good incanting there. Not keen on the amount of Scourges I'm going to be getting out of this, but thankfully, as long as I play a Blight, a Scourge, and a weapon in the same turn, I'll draw 1, gain 1. Get rid of both those Scourges. Oh, we already have Sweet, damn. Doesn't kill enough of the units on the floor. Alright, fine. I'm gonna have to, like, retreat. Probably big healthy man. It gives me enough incant on this line to be able to kill the Chosen Supplicant before it actually gets a turn. And top line, I can just throw Gravity at the boss twice because it can't move to the Pyre Room. Not allowed. I'd like to keep the dazed up, but had other priorities at the time. Okay, I can keep the dazed a lot better this turn, though. Yeah, but magical shards, great. Daze, 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 and daze. 4 turns of no actions for you, and I can even add a 5th if you don't like it. But I think I should stop that Chosen Supplicant. Because it gives a Discordant to the top of your draw pile and a random location in the draw pile, which is just, it adds 2 to my next draw right now for me. Which is a bit much, a bit rich. Ready to keep chaining those spells. Let's send you to the line where you're going to die instantly. Let's daze the other one so I don't have to deal with all of those additional scourges we were speaking of earlier. Sweet. Okay, I can only play 2 of these. That's fine, though. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Yeah, that's gonna be a bunch more for you, buddy. I'm sorry about it. I'm not that sorry, though. Ooh, thank you, Scrivener, for drawing another spell. Gives me the ability to hit 2 more moon rituals and still keep my sweep. Honestly, I kind of want to use Gravity here to ascend Seraph past that midline. Hell, if I could do it twice, I would. Kills all the units below it. Rip. Also, it saves me a turn of days where I don't need to go. Phase into the right mood to be able to Star Strike the boss another 4 times, and then hell, I'll retreat you and apply some dazed. Sorry, I mean I'll retreat you and apply some dazed. 13 dazed! I'm actually using, in the same run, the Stoic Blade Mail and the Selene Acolyte. Nice little showcase of a lot of cards I don't usually get to feature. I mean, we gotta check out what the Titans are up to. And murder them. How do I set up my lines, and is it exactly the same way? There's a lot of, like, 3 health units that will just die before they get to the 2nd floor, which will save us a lot of HP if I do it that way. Alright, let's get this started. I do think Hall of Mirrors bottom line for the duping down there gives us the equipment as fast as I can get it. Baron Grail top. I guess I could do that in mid instead. There's not going to be that many corruption units throwing their stuff at me, and the earlier I kill them, the fewer scourges I have to deal with. Dazed is going to be hugely important here. Like, for instance, Dazing Savagery this turn still allows the Erratic Assistant to die, but it doesn't allow Savagery to heal me directly, hit me directly in the pyre for 5 damage, because it's not going to see an empty floor. I think I developed Moon Pixie top 4. I'm only going to get 1 additional piece of equipment next turn, so I don't need to play the Goliath Infusion just yet. Granted, I'm not going to get another... Well, it's a 0-cost spell I get to play next turn, just in case Versatile Emberstaff is super keen on that. Unfortunately, it is a spell card, it's not an infusion card, so it's not a third type of unit for us. Third type of card, rather. I could probably just take the damage to the Curse of Entropy here rather than lose that much damage myself. Yeah, I think I'll just let the Curse of Entropy hit me. I don't need sweep this turn, but I do want sweep this turn. Actually, hang on. I can send the Chosen Supplicant up. Very easily, in fact. Just have to play that before I then play my Moon Rituals. Nice. We're going to get 3 more from the Erratic Assistants again at the end of the turn. Very happy about that. Moon Ritual flips us into the right season. I feel like I should probably just infinitely days... I say infinitely. 4 days on Savagery at this point. Because while it's good for helping us clear the bottom line is always gonna be cleared pretty easily. And it does present a lot of risks on the top. Resolve abilities don't trigger on days as well. Yeah. It's gotta be you. Like, no other units are getting past the middle line, just savagery. So the top floor is fine.
Oh boy! Get him, double-edged sparrow!
We were very close to a nightmare here, but thankfully I do have a moon ritual, so everything's absolutely a-okay. Although, to be fair, I have a density of days in this deck, so if I needed to, I could have prevented the Chosen Assassin from attacking. Thank you for scrivening me a spell. Give that to the scrivener in the back line just for the additional 10 health. Make sure that I can keep you as healthy as I can. Moon Ritual sets up truly all of the days. 7? Do I really need to do any more dazing thing? I just dazed. Oh, I can't daze entropy. Whatever. I'll just let that be the case. Unless I don't attack with sweep this turn, and then I play gravity to descend the astrologer to this floor, that's actually pretty cool. If I'm gonna lose it anyway, I might as well keep it. That's a lot of equipment. I do really still want the Dominion to give me additional... yeah, the Dominion's Pyolites are actually really important. So fine, I'll Star Strike you a couple more times. Realistically, we are way above board on damage. I can start playing out Curses of Entropy without much fear. Yeah, within the next 2 turns, I'll get both Entropy and Savagery completely down. So it comes down to just making sure Dominion dies in a similar timescale. Might as well keep horrifying Savagery, if I can. Good lord, those Starstrucks. We almost got left high and dry without the ability to change Selene. All good. Turns out I would have drawn into one. That'll do it. I don't get a Pyolite, but at the end of the next turn, top line dies. Hell, I'll even play out the Curse of Entropy and it'll all be done without any damage dealt. Scrivener, what do you got for me? Another moon ritual. For real? For me? You shouldn't have. Mostly because it's not relevant at this point. Big defense! I think it's time to just try and daze a boss that can't be dazed, and then watch him fall apart.
Victory.
New personal record of movements between floors. New personal record of sweep applied. Yeah, that'll happen when you have the Selene Acolyte. Finally gilding these two. They've certainly been feeling like they're outstanding for a while. I'm pretty sure I don't know if it'll give me a LunaClan event here. It won't indeed. Damn. I'll just... Wait, hang on. It's weird that run history is accessed outside of the logbook. I would have assumed it were in the logbook. Starstruck's held down exactly what I needed them to. I need to give a lot more respect to this card. Again, it's the same respect that I need to give to Selene Acolyte that I refuse to because it's not always active. Although, to be fair, Starstruck, I can influence a lot better because you can play it in the middle of a turn and then continue playing out your moon rituals, whereas Selene Acolyte, obviously, you have to end in full moon. 3 copies of the Ritual Tome, huge amount of our defense. This was a real weird way to find defense for this board. Like a quick sweeper, reasonable defense, but you need more. 3 copies of the double-stacked Ritual Tome, built in different ways. One of them a dupe of another, 2 of them built independently. And then the double Shield Steward with Titanite flying to the right floor. Pretty well, if I do say so myself. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And about the thank you and a special thanks this episode to Tristan. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we see you all next time.